Hello, everybody. Welcome Friday night live stream.
Friday Night Live. Let's straighten this out a little bit. Bingo.
Yeah, there we go. Hello, everybody.
There's already 3 people in here.
So Jan and
Just not
all about the farm. Hello. And then Everett and Alex are here. Hello.
Hey, that's Alex. You know who Alex is?
Isn't Alex the cat?
Alex is Everett's cat. Hi, Everett. Thanks for joining us, Everett.
Yeah, thank you.
Glad you're here.
Thank you, everyone.
Guineas.
We are excited. It's a live stream time. We are actually running around today, and so we had not looked at the time, and I was like, Paul, are we still doing our live stream today? And so we quickly ate and ran over here. So if we look kind of disheveled and like getting situated, that's what's going on.
It's because we are.
Literally.
If you guys do have any comments, if you have any questions, anything you want to talk about, feel free to put it in the comments. Mm-hmm. This is by no means a scripted video or live stream. We like to talk about what you guys want to talk about. There are a couple things that we do have some little notes and things that we've done over this last week, some news that we'll share with you guys, but it's pretty open forum. Everett or Alex asked, how are you? We're both doing good. Mm-hmm. We celebrated our 14th wedding anniversary. 14 years of marriage with this little precious darling.
Thanks, Never.
And
so that was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
And we went to PF Chang's. Thank you, Simply Jen.
Thanks, Jen.
So it was neat. We actually went up to Louisville and our friends there. So she offered to watch the kids. So she had several jobs that she wanted to do. And she said that she would pay the kids. So we went up there and she babysat them / put them to work. And then we went on a date. And that was really nice. Like we sat there and we actually neither of us had slept well. Mm-hmm. I slept probably less than him. I slept on, I think, like 3 hours that night just because I was really restless. I think part of it too is I was excited to be going and I'm like thinking like, I got to do this, I got to do that. And so I didn't sleep well. And then we went up there and we're both sitting at the table and we're just like sitting there. And I was like, how sad, the kids are not here to create chaos and we're just like basking in the quiet. But that was nice. We went and hung out. We did a couple shopping. And then, like I said, the kids got paid. So that was really nice. They got blessed. And then, was there anything else you want to talk about while we were up there? I'm trying to remember what else we did.
We took some wood chips to our friend. Mm-hmm. Whenever we go up there, she likes when we bring up a truckload of wood chips. And we get them from a mill. So they're a lot larger. They're probably 3 or 4 inches by 3 or 4 inches. So they make a good mulch and they last a long time, unlike the ones that we normally get from the tree service that get dropped off. Those ones are real small and those break down real quick. So
Simply Jen, yes, I agree. Those are the best times. Like I was sitting there just holding his hand, just like I was looking at him. Mom,
you're not supposed to tell him about that.
I was holding his hand. Oh, and then you did some wiring too while we were up there. We took advantage, and she'd been wanting to do some home repairs, and Paul does low voltage, so he did some low voltage while he was there, and that was really nice for her.
It wasn't low voltage.
Well, I don't know what it is. I'm just pretending that I know what it is. What is it?
It's only considered low voltage if you're like a linesman that handles like 14,000 volts.
So then it was high voltage?
Yeah, 120 volts is no joke. Hey, Nisi. I'll answer your question just in a second there, Everett, about the wood chips. But yeah, I ran 2 additional circuits. So at the couple's house that we went to, they have like an upstairs guest area. and they want a little kitchenette where they can have some appliances like a little coffee maker. What do they call that little thing where you flip the cup in there and the coffee machine? Yeah, the Keurig machine, coffee maker, refrigerator. They wanted to have all that stuff up there, and they were already having issues with not having enough power, and they're tripping breakers. So I went and added 2 brand new circuits, and that will solve their problems. Luckily, they have a real big panel, so they have plenty of breaker space. I think they probably still have room for like 9 or 10 more breakers over there. So that's good. Did some electrical work.
Why wood chips?
Why wood chips? Good question. So if you check out our video, I'm trying to think. A lot of them talk about the wood chips and show the wood chips that we use. We use those in the garden. Basically, they are a mulch. They're a mulch that breaks down and creates real good soil. So they do a number of things. If you look up Back to Eden Gardening, a guy by the name of Paul Gauci, he made this heavy mulching system kind of famous. Gave it a lot more recognition, and a lot more people are using this method. So just to go over some of the benefits briefly of the wood chips, first method would be it protects the soil. It protects the soil from erosion. So if you have raindrops rapidly hitting your soil, or you have water running through a landscape, that can take away the topsoil, and the majority of your nutrients in soil is in that top couple inches of soil. So you really want to keep that in place, and wood chips help do that. They also protect the topsoil biolife, all the life that's happening in that top couple layers. If it is exposed to direct sunlight, the more harsh the environment, like you have in the Southwest, Arizona, Florida, places like that, and the more extreme heat you have, and the more sunlight you have what's known as UV, or ultraviolet sterilization. So with all the COVID coming out, and antibacterial, and all these people learning about all these sterilization methods, you've probably seen a lot of UV sterilizers. Like I was going through the here comes the cool kids. And Billy's here, so
yeah,
here they come.
Yeah.
So there's
hello, Mama Jay, and then we can show, of course.
Oh, Mama Jay showed up. That's cool. Thanks for showing up, guys. Billy, thanks for coming in. So the wood chips protect that top layer of topsoil, and they stop or very, very heavily slow down that sterilization of the soil, and they hold that moisture in place. I often stand out in the sun to be UV sterilized. Yeah, why not? It's actually a good practice. Like if we have buckets or something that we're carrying around rotten food, or even, there's all kinds of methods that you can use.
Chickens too. I remember you talked about the little feathers.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mama Jay.
Thanks, Mama Jay.
That was so sweet. That just touched my little heart.
She made it a point to be here.
Yeah.
We'll have to check out her channel and get a little more acquainted with Mama Jay. She's been leaving comments on a lot of the videos. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome. Thanks for joining us. We do appreciate it. So so that's some of the benefits of the wood chips. The other benefits, and I'm not going to name all of them, but the wood chips, I think I briefly said that it retains moisture, helps stop that evaporation coming from the soil. It also, over time, will break down and compost in place and start to break down, and it'll eventually feed the soil.
They were like composting.
Yeah, like
yeah.
composting.
Actually, I know that I've seen him like strip the top layer for different reasons, just to see like how the soil is doing, and it's crazy. Like the lower wood chips, like compost, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, those are like big old wood chips, and now it's compost. So we also use it on our paths, like our main walking areas, because our soil is when it gets wet, it becomes very muddy. It's almost like clay, like
it is clay.
Sticks, and you go sliding too. Like I never realized like clay is tricky, because you're like, oh, it's fine, it's hard when it's dry, but then when it's wet, it's like slip and slide. You're like going places. So we use it on the wood chips to create a path. We have used bricks, but if the soil underneath the bricks get wet, we go slipping and sliding. And so we realized that wood chips are definitely the best route for us.
Yeah, we use the wood chips for a lot of things, especially like she's saying in the winter when the grass isn't growing, to hold the dirt in place and stop that mud. That really helps during that time too. Yep.
I'm reading the Worcestershire's.
He said he started a live stream or a live premiere and then forgot about it.
Oh.
No.
Oh, that is so sad. I feel bad for you, because we've done stuff like, it's what I'm saying is it's so quick. Like if you're tired and you like clunk out, it's out of my heart goes out to you. He actually clunked out yesterday when we were at our friend's house, and we were out shopping. And while he's shopping, I'm like, "You're falling asleep," and he's like, "I am." So my heart goes out to you, Wickershire. Oh. So it's I knew about using on main walking areas safer. I agree. Yep. Oh, Bar Run Forge. I have to say your name slow, because I always make a muck of it when I try to read it fast.
Or you could just say BRF. Hey, how come Billy's not a moderator? We don't trust Billy.
Hello, Courtney's husband.
Hey, Courtney. Or Courtney's husband.
Yeah.
It's probably Courtney's husband.
So we actually had some exciting stuff done today. Or you can say Troy. Yeah, that'll work. Because then I wanted to say Bar Run Forge. Did you see it? Like got stuck right there. Yeah. You can't make channels.
Channel trolls mods. We could do whatever we want. It's our channel. We could make you a moderator with the click of a button. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Add moderator. Now say something, Mr. Billy.
So we did something fun today. Our library is doing some remodeling, our local library.
County library.
To do your funeral.
I can always unmoderate you.
Oh Lord, everyone run. Wickershire has left, man.
I'm not worried about it.
So today we did go into town. We had several things to do, but our local library is doing some remodeling and expanding a lot.
Doubling in size.
But they're remodeling like their current space also. And so one thing that they're doing is they're getting rid of any duplicate books they have, because they don't want to put it in storage, and some of it is a lot outdated, so they want to update. So they told us there are several hundreds of books for free. Just come by, pick them up. They're on tables. So we had gone a few weeks ago, and it was like adult novels. They had a lot of romance. We didn't get a whole lot, but there were a few that we did. Actually, I can't even say a few, because we left there with a few boxes. And then my friend was telling us that she has one of those little free libraries, and she's like, please let me know if there's any kid books. I'm like, well, last time I went, they didn't have any, but they're going through their stuff, so I'm going to go today, on Friday, I told her, which is today. And so we went over there, and they had just done the kids section. So we came home with, again, boxes of books. So it was neat, because I was able to get some for our library and then some for her library. And her little free library, she's putting it right where the bus stops. So as kids come off the bus, they can pick a book. And so I'm really excited about that. We got some really neat titles. So that's one fun thing we did today.
Hopefully the kids will see the books. Most of them are walking around like this these days.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We could try to find out, put more points into moving to Kentucky. See, I told you.
Yeah, what are some points, and what are you weighing? What are some different pros and cons that you are weighing in your search there, Billy? Let us know. Let's talk about that a little bit, because that's always interesting. He asked if we found any goodies. I didn't do a lot of searching this time. I actually found, man, I probably got 50 hardcover books, like the big, thick novels. And I don't read those books. So I don't hardly ever read fiction. So I'll probably give them away or sell them or something, but there's definitely some value there.
We got like some old Snoopy ones.
Oh yeah, those were cool. Today we got Peanuts, and these were from the 70s. They were pretty neat. They were copyrighted like 75, 76. So those were pretty cool. And there was probably 5 or 6 of those old Peanuts, like comic books. They were hardcover though. You could tell they've gone through it, and they've made it all these years. How old have things got to be? Those got to be 45 years old.
Yeah. They have a lot of Nancy Drew ones and Hardy Boys also that were hardcover that are not even like the yellow ones. We're talking like old school. The Peanut ones, though, I'm excited about. So that was a really good find.
Yeah. He says cheap, unrestricted. Yeah, I mean, our property is unrestricted. There's no deed restrictions. There's no zoning. We could have commercial, residential, industrial, anything we wanted in this property. We could have as many residences as we wanted. We could have as many septic tanks, water connections, electrical, whatever's. Yeah, there's no deed restrictions.
So I think it was Courtney's husband said books, those are like antiques. You know, I agree. And I collect them. And like sometimes I'm not going to even planning on reading them. And I'm like, no, we need these. So yeah, I love books.
Yeah, those old ones are cool to look at.
Mm-hmm.
They're really neat to look at.
Like I got one today about clocks. And I actually have a weird thing with clocks. I think they're so neat, like their mechanisms. And I've got one today, and it was all about clocks, and it's going like different styles and all kinds of things. And then let me see here. Bar Run said, I can tell you that the roads in Kentucky are better than Mass. Of course, so are the roads on the moon.
Yeah, I know. I know, Billy, you said your price range was like 12. I think it was 6,000 to 12,000. But there was a property that just came up on my Zillow. I have like an open search in the area that's near us, and there was a property that just popped up that was, I want to say it was like almost 30 acres for 30,000, and it had some real potential. It was in a hilly area, not like crazy hills, not like but they were just rolling hills like we're in. And so almost all of that land is usable, but they just dropped the price on that. It was listed at like 85,000. They dropped it down to 30 something. But I haven't seen any real good deals like that in a while. Almost everything I see, man, I'm even lucky to see stuff that's at $3,000 or $4,000 an acre now, because even just your nothing land, like middle of the woods, with rock cliff faces, is still going for like 3,000 or 4,000 an acre, and it's unusable.
So Mama J said, I love Nancy Drew mysteries. You know what's sad is I actually didn't get into the Nancy Drew mysteries until I was like way later. And I have a hard time getting into them, although my daughter is obsessed with them. So I think it's like a perfect introductory. And I keep wanting to get into them. And I'm like, I want to get into Nancy Drew because everyone always says they're amazing. Let me know, Mama J, if you have like a favorite Nancy Drew that I could, maybe it's the book. Maybe you know how like different books have different feels. So let me know if there's like one that you're like, this is my favorite. And then Corny's husband said, I like the Boxcar Children. So we actually plan on reading that, well, listening to it as a family.
I thought we did. I thought we listened to the audiobook on that.
No, I think we actually heard the Railway Children.
Oh, the Railway Children.
Yeah, so we listened to the Railway Children together. Right. And so the Boxcar Kids are like a series. And so that's one that we want to get into. Right now, we are currently listening to Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim. And so we're mostly done with that one. We're not done with it yet. And even Paul was like, this is a kid's book?
Yeah, they're all talking about how they were doing all these experiments on all these rats, and they're going into the conclusions and observations and all kinds of different studies they're doing. And I think they were pumping them full of like human growth hormones or something like that. I'm like, oh, this is pretty deep for a kid's book. But
and then Mama J said that she's a historian. That is neat. And so I have problems with teachers not encouraging library use. I agree with that. I think like as we go in there, I'm like, why is there not more people here? And I think with Google, it's so easy just to Google things. But I've found that if you give a kid a book, they'll just go through it. And as they're just going through it, they're learning so much more versus just the topic. They're done. They've checked out and that's it. But they keep going and going and going. I know sometimes when they're doing school, I make them look up, words, and they're like in there in the dictionary. And I'm like, hey, are you doing your school? And they're like, Mom, did you know? And I'm like, no, this isn't time for that. Like, Get your word. I'm waiting for you. And they're like, Mom, but did you know? Like Caspian's Law. Did you know that semis? I think Bar Run, is he the one that travels?
No.
Something.
He's a blacksmith.
No, but who else is on here that travels? I thought it was Bar Run.
It's probably Arkansas Woodcutter.
That's what it was. Sorry, Bar Run. That's right. They're like, did you know that semis have a bed in there and some have a toilet? And I'm like, did you get your word? And they're like, and then.
Oh man, we're getting lost in the chat. It says Jim and Tara Carey came in.
Oh, hello.
I don't believe that I've seen you in here. Thanks for joining us. We're going to scroll back up a little bit and see what we missed here. Wickershire's talking about different states and their benefits. North Carolina, hit or miss. Yeah, you need to be way out in the sticks in North Carolina, that's for sure. We had a hard time finding reasonable prices on property in North Carolina. We canceled it out pretty quickly. It just seemed too commercialized. Like everything was way overpriced for some reason.
Well, you would get into pockets that they're beautiful, like the community's beautiful, and you're like, this is nice. I would settle here. And then you're like, oh, there's a reason why it's nice. It's really expensive. And then you get into other areas, you're like, ooh, I'm gonna get hurt here. And you're like, oh, well, I can afford that house, but it's not worth it.
Yeah, that's a true statement. I feel as though my life is in danger right now. Yeah, he goes on making a point about Tennessee's owned mostly by communities with HOAs. Yeah, those HOAs are not what we're looking for. I don't know. West Virginia, I wouldn't say cancel it out, especially if you're already accustomed to being much farther north than that. But Yeah, if it's going to be where you really want to settle down, make sure it's where you want to be. We canceled out West Virginia for that reason as well, because the growing season was pretty short. It was a lot shorter. Oklahoma, just not all about the farm, is throwing in Oklahoma for $1,000 to $3,000 an acre.
There's some areas in Oklahoma that I remember driving that are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do love certain areas where the tall grass. It's beautiful too, and it reminds me of like Little House on the Prairie. It's so beautiful. It was very windy and it scared me because I'm not accustomed to that much wind. But then there was other areas of Oklahoma that are like lush.
I think on the eastern end, right?
Yeah, it was more trees, and then more western was like prairie.
Yeah. And there's not much on the western end because it's just got that little strip. Oklahoma's not real big. But
Watership Down.
What?
Book/kids animation horrified me. Did I miss something?
Maybe this is the title, Watership Down.
Oh, okay.
I've never heard of that. Mama J replied to your question about man, you guys are jamming in here. Josh the Homesteader.
Hello.
Showed up.
No
Mama J says no favorites, and Nancy Drew, she liked them all. She's retired now, but I have a great nieces and nephews whom I encourage to read. Grandson loves Marvel. Yeah, I think a lot of kids like comics. Our kids like comics a lot too. A lot of the stuff they check out.
There's a lot of graphic novels now too. Like they did Pride and Prejudice, and
it's basically they're turning a lot of the classics into comic books, or comic type. Let's see if we can catch up real quick.
I even got Lego Shakespeare. It was amazing. It is amazing.
Like there's a lot of homesteaders moving to Kentucky. Oh, so Jim and Tara, you guys are in Kentucky?
Seems like there are a lot.
He says, I moved here 2 years ago, but not much of a homesteader.
Oh,
cool.
So we're neighbors in the sense that we're in Kentucky together.
We're fellow Kentuckians.
Yeah.
Where are you located? In Kentucky. Bar Run says when the law enforcement won't go into certain hollers, you know it's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have that issue not too far away also. They know where the problem areas are and they won't address them because they don't want to go in there and stir up the hornet's nest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ohio's got a overpriced land. $300 for an outdated house and 2 acres.
Yeah, we were in Ohio and it was beautiful there too. And the same thing. Like you're like, I can live here. No, I can't because I can't afford to live here.
Missouri, yeah, Missouri is definitely an option. I would look into Missouri. We found some decent prices and property in Missouri.
Wasn't it really cold there though?
No, not much different.
No, where are the oh my goodness, their name has slipped me. We saw them and the kids have their stickers
Doug
on.
and Stacy?
Yeah, aren't they in Missouri?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're in Missouri. I could be wrong. I think Doug and Stacy. I know Jan's in Missouri. Anna just popped in. Mower was delivered today.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. I hit the up button too fast. Did you see where that went?
Go up a little bit more.
Oh, there it is.
A little bit more. Yeah,
Mower was delivered today. No sheep needed for now.
Ooh. So Jim and Tara was saying, I'm in central Kentucky and really love it here. Came from northern.
Probably Wisconsin. WI.
That is really neat. So we're probably, an hour, 2 hours away, depending?
Well, we're considered central Kentucky. We're south central Kentucky. We're about half an hour directly east of Glasgow. So if you know where Glasgow's at, that's where we're at. So we're not too far. You're probably closer to, if you're closer to Columbia, I'm sorry, what's the other one? Columbia, Campbellsville. If you're closer to Campbellsville, there's quite a few homesteaders over there that we know. There's the Anderson Homestead, and there is a Red Silo Homestead. There's quite a few homesteaders in that area that we know.
This is just not all about the farm. It has a little arrow. Is John Conrad. Right there.
Oh, is that John Conrad's new? Oh, I didn't know that, John.
Yeah, neither did I. I just saw it.
I can see his little picture right there now. I didn't know that was his channel. He was talking about starting a new channel and putting out some content. So that's cool.
Hi, John.
We'll have to go check that out.
And then Katie came in.
Just not all about the farm. I'll have to check that out. Was there a book for blazing saddles?
There wasn't. There wasn't a whole lot of like to do, like how to and really like educational books. I picked up a ridiculous amount of dictionaries today. I was like, I don't think I need this many dictionaries, but they were free. And I was like, I gotta get them when I can. But there wasn't a whole lot of educationals. Like I said, the last time was more like novels and romance novels, and this time was more kids books. So I haven't seen any, but if I see any, I will keep an eye out for you.
Oh, Anna, if you're still in here, Anna from Fort A Homestead, we did go into town today and we sent out your whole seed catalog, and the tracking said you should be getting it Friday of next week, right?
I don't remember what day it said.
Friday?
I don't remember.
I thought it said Friday.
Yeah, it took us a while to send it out. Sorry, Anna.
Yeah, we don't go into town every day, so.
And then when we do, it's usually like late. It's like we've done all of our chores, and by then the post office is closed.
Let's see. Katie Moyer. Katie Moyer came in. Hello, Katie.
Hello.
And she says, I'm in very southern Illinois, which is not too far. Oh, from Paducah.
Oh.
We're just, yeah, she makes a good point. Land there is reasonable, and the cost of living is. I go to Kentucky or Missouri to shop.
We actually looked at a few properties in Illinois, didn't we?
No, not in Illinois. One of the reasons we canceled out Illinois for pretty quickly, pretty early on in the search, was because of their gun laws. They have very strict firearms regulations, and that was a big one for us. So one of our main things is freedom, general freedom that we're looking for. And Illinois has really clamped down on that. Very, very, very heavily regulated. A lot of that is coming from Chicago, but that runs the state. Where
did it go? Tim and Kara said, I'm about 45 minutes north of Edmonton.
Okay. So we're about Edmonton. We're about 20 minutes south of Edmonton. So you're about an hour away from us. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got to hang out.
So if you would like to contact us, Jim and or Carrie, we have our email address in our About tab on our YouTube channel. Hey, we're on YouTube.
Run said, "La fellow no blazing saddles was a mill." I thought it was something to do with saddles. I'm like thinking books.
They did have a whole bunch of DVDs and a whole bunch of stuff though.
True.
Blazing saddles.
I'm slow sometimes, guys. I did not know that.
Let's see. These guys are going back and forth, which is awesome. Feel free to conversate amongst each other.
Their home in 46 after the war. Sold and bought it back. Aw.
That was.
You made it go away.
I didn't do that.
8 years later.
But that was Courtney's husband, and he was talking to Barbara and Forge.
Yeah.
It wasn't talking to us. We're not supposed to read that.
Well, I read it anyways. I'm in the know.
Why are you eavesdropping on these people?
Because I want to. Oh, she said, thanks for sending the catalog. I have my want list ready.
Yeah, you'll find a lot of stuff in there.
Sticky notes. I would like sticky note all of the pages. I want this one, this one, this one, this.
Mm-hmm. Says he loves pew-pews. You know what's crazy? Courtney's husband is, I know you guys are in Ohio. Man, we got some of the most flack when we were traveling through Ohio. We got stopped for some of the biggest nonsense over there. And they wanted to look through our truck, and we're like, no. He didn't even pull us over for a good reason. He said he pulled us over because we were getting close to the outer line. Like, really? That's your reason? Yeah, we had some issues with those guys. Those highway, what were they? Highway patrol in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys were looking.
Yeah, I remember my brother-in-law told us about it, and we're like, it's probably you're driving crazy. And then Paul's driving not crazy, and we're like, hey, we got pulled over. And then Katie Moyer said, freedom is something you give yourself, not come from others. It's true to an extent. You can definitely have a lot of freedom, but if there's restrictions on stuff.
Yeah, I see your point. Freedom's something you give yourself to a certain extent. I mean, when you are living in different states and different cities, different counties, they all have their own laws, and you're agreeing to abide by those laws. And some of those laws do come down to restricting your freedoms.
Well, even like Kaylee's.
You know, we do have the Constitution, but you know, that's one of the big things. One of the main reasons that we chose Kentucky was because there's a lot less infringement on those constitutional rights. So I see your point, but you do have restrictions to freedom in different places.
I almost see like HOAs. Like I remember I wanted to put a trellis in one of our yards when we had an HOA, and I had to get it approved. And certain things that I wanted, they were like, no, no, no. And I didn't have the freedom to do exactly what I wanted. Mm-hmm. And so then they told me what I could do, and I had freedom within those walls. So it is still freedom, but it's restricted freedom. So I almost see like states' laws are kind of like that. So there is freedom. So I'm not saying that that's not true. I think it is true to a certain point. Let me see.
Did I move it too far?
No, it's not easy dropping if you are reading it. John said that. Did I miss something?
Yeah, I don't get it. What do you mean by that, John? It's not easy dropping if you're reading it. Let's see. Billy says he's looking for some flat area to have a secret garden, surrounded by some trees with enough trees to cut down to build. Clear land for a tiny home. Collect some rainwater. I know Wickershire's pretty up on solar. You probably could very easily go off grid.
Kentucky's starting to get really into solar.
Yeah.
Which is really neat.
But it's a grid tie solar. So a lot of these, because of land values and because of the topography that it's got a lot of open fields, and there's a lot of companies coming in offering land owners lease options where they'll rent your property for a certain amount of years so they can put solar panels up and tie into the grid. Most of them that they're looking for are near high power lines so that they can pretty easily tie into it. And there's actually pretty high power lines about half mile down the road from us. So some of our neighbors have been talking about that.
We actually come from a very sunny state. Well, Arizona, and they had tons of solar panels. So it was really neat to see Kentucky jumping on that. And then Tim and Tara said, my cost of living is so much cheaper here in Kentucky. I agree. The more I'm here in Kentucky, the more and more I love it. I think it's just so beautiful. Eric.
Eric.
Hello, Eric. And then Troy said there is a big fight in Ohio over solar farms.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like to see that. A lot of people don't want that right next to them, and it can mess up some really nice views. A lot of people moved out of the country to not be looking at these modern eyesores.
You mean moved into the country?
They moved out to the country, out of the city, to not have to look at these kind of things. And then the property across the street from them starts putting up all these solar panels. It makes it look like an industrial revolution is happening.
Yeah, I know that in Arizona, one thing that I like they did is they did them, not all the time, but they did put them as like carports. So like library, they put carports, but they has now solar panels. So you're parking underneath the solar panel. Actually, several businesses did that. And to me, that's genius because
they're like shade structures.
Yeah. And they're angled also depending on the sun and stuff. But I think that's really neat because you're utilizing the space and the cars are protected. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, it's like dual purpose.
Mm-hmm. And the power from them is not even going goes to the cities. That's true. So Barran said that the power from them is not even going to their areas; it's going to the cities.
Yeah.
And Connie's husband said, and there's a lots of cool songs that mention Kentucky. I agree. I love Kentucky, like I said.
I can't name a cool song that mentions Kentucky.
Allison has told us several of them. They're like older, but tell us one. Paul doesn't remember one. Courtney's husband. We built our big battery system from an EV, electric vehicle.
Wreck. Dirt cheap, $900 versus $25,000.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pro build. Yeah, that's awesome if you can do it. We put a really nice solar system, solar power system. When I say solar system, I think of the like the Earth and the planets revolving around the sun. A solar powered system. We put a real nice one on the RV. We have 600 watts of solar panels on the roof with 200 amp hour batteries. And that worked out real good. We did a couple of, what do they call that when you don't hook up? What did they call it?
Off-grid?
Yeah, but remember we could stop at a place for a little while.
Dry camping?
Yeah, dry camping. That's what they call it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, when you're not like at an actual RV park, you could just stop in like a national forest or BLM land or something like that. And, you're basically self-sustained for a number of days. Eventually your water's going to run out. But that was fun because you could get out into some areas where there was boondocking. That's the official term. Thanks, Troy. Boondocking is what it's called.
He had you. Wade's family farm came in. So, hello. Anna mentioned Kentucky is my dream retirement state. You should come. I think it's great here. And then they mentioned a few different songs. My old Kentucky home.
Yeah, that's one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
But
and then Baran says, hey, y'all, I got to head out. God bless each and every one of you. Bye, Troy. And then Courtney's husband said, Katie, sorry if I seem like I was getting down on your state. I love all 50 U.S. I agree. I think that each state has its own plus. And so I apologize if we were on that bashing on your state. I think that, like I said, each state has its beauty. I know my sisters are in California and Washington, and, they are very restrictive there. But they are great states. Like I've been there and it's beautiful and my sisters are there. So of course I have that tied to them and I love it because of them. So Katie, I apologize if we do seem like we were bashing on your state too. I would feel so bad if she left. She'd be like, darn them Conrads talking bad about my state.
Mama J says she got to go. She got her nephew dropped off.
Aww.
Thanks for stopping by, Mama J.
Yeah, thank you for stopping by and have a great time with your nephew.
We'll be sure to get better acquainted with you and your channel. We have been seeing you leave comments for us in our latest videos, so we do appreciate that. Yeah, she's talking about Chicago making the rules for the state. Yeah, but that's one bummer. You know, you get a little hot spot like that, and it kind of ruins it. There's a lot of nice. My mom was from Illinois, and there's a lot of nice farmland. There's not a lot of nice country in Illinois, especially we really like Southern Illinois. It's very similar to Kentucky.
Isn't that the one right across the Ohio River?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, am I talking this about the same state that you are?
Oh, that's Indiana. You're thinking of.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, if you go like up.
Oh, that's right.
Louisville.
Okay.
But there's areas that are real close right there.
I'm on the page now.
Please come on over. All right, we'll be there for dinner.
Oh, Eric says, oh, you are, I thought he said, I am almost. And he said, you are almost to 600 subs. So exciting. Oh, and then LG Homestead just came in to say hello. So hello.
Hi, LG Homestead.
Yes, actually, Paul was looking at the sub count, I think today. And he was like, oh, we're almost at 600. And so we're really excited. Like it's creeping up.
Woo, woo.
Little by little, it's getting there.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I think we're at like 599. But yeah, actually we're going to talk about that YouTube qualifications. Hopefully we've heard some news, and Courtney was talking about Courtney from Wide Family Farm was talking about that they might change the qualifications for monetization. So that would be a bummer if they did that.
Yeah.
And they made it harder for people to get monetized. Yeah, we'd have to reconsider, you know. We don't do it for the money because, of course, we're not making any money right now. But it is a little bit of an incentive that maybe one day we'll get a couple bucks for putting out content. So hopefully they don't go dragging that carrot a little farther down the path for us. That'd be a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're at $5.99.
Almost there.
So if you got any alternate accounts, or you make a bunch of extra accounts to go surfing, feel free to drop a subscription on.
Hey, what about your T-Rex? You're not wearing an undershirt.
I could probably do it without showing them my belly.
That's true.
Let's see. Here it is. Can you see my belly?
You gotta, right there. Right there you go, love.
That's the T-Rex.
So it's funny because he was at the store. I think you were at Lowe's.
Yeah, Lowe's Hardware.
And it was like, oh, you can tell the story. I wasn't even there, and I'm telling the story like I was.
Yeah, my sister gave me this shirt. She thought I would get a kick out of it. But that's the T-Rex. I was at Lowe's one time, like my wife was just saying. I was at Lowe's, and this guy's like, I guess there's a rock band called T-Rex. And he's like, so you like T-Rex, huh? And I was like, yeah, I guess. I got a T-Rex shirt. And then he started asking something. So then I kind of like turned my back on him. And then I pulled my shirt up like that. And then I was like, ah. And then he just started laughing. His wife was with him. He was an older guy. He's probably in his 60s. And they got a kick out of it. And then he's like, right on. Thanks. You made my day.
Yeah, she was laughing. I remember Paul saying like she just got like a really big kick at her because she was not expecting it at all. And then LG Homestead said that he actually has that or seen that shirt and he wanted to see what you would do. And then Katie mentioned earlier, says, well, I'm sure it will be very supportive to be monetized. Wish you the best of luck. I agree. There's actually, it reminds me of that scripture about muzzling the ox while they're working. I think it's wheat that they're doing the wheat. It says not to muzzle them. And I was like, sometimes I feel like YouTube's like that. I'm like, don't muzzle us. Like, we want to share content. We want to share, but it's nice if we get a little something too.
Yeah, even if it's just a little something.
Yeah. Eric says, Uncle, I'm going to get that 600s for you right now. You're so sweet. The first time I went to Illinois, I couldn't get over the corn and soybeans. That was in Mattoon, is that how you say it?
Mattoon.
Illinois. My sister actually went to Chicago. I remember that she said it was so beautiful there. They had that really pretty structure. I'm trying to remember what it was called. There's a name. And she took tons of pictures there. Actually, two of my sisters went. And they said Chicago is beautiful.
I'm not talking about the city.
I know.
I'm talking about out in the country.
I know. But I'm saying, I just remembered that they said that. One of my sisters really wanted to move there for the longest time. She wanted to move to Chicago. Oh, Tina Ladybug came in. Hello.
Mattoon. She gave us the pronunciation.
Oh, there it is.
Woohoo! 600 subscribers! We should give away something.
What are
we have another whole seed catalog.
Okay.
We only sent one out to...
I have another envelope, too.
Now, we have to make a disclaimer because last week we did a trivia and the prize was a whole seed catalog. And we forgot that Bomber Steve from Australia was in the chat, and he ended up winning the trivia. And we were like, "Oh, sorry, Bomber Steve, we're not going to send that to
We
Australia."
should have talked to you. Actually, now that you mentioned that, we should have asked UPS when we were there earlier. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but in UPS, there is something called media mail that books, movies, and CDs, I believe, can get mailed out for way less. So like I got tons of those library books that I mentioned to you guys in the beginning of the live stream for free for my sister. And I have this giant box that I'm filling with for her. And the nice thing is I don't have to worry so much about the weight because it's not done by weight. But I got distracted. 120 shipping to send a letter? That's insane. Oh my goodness. That Wickershire Project said that was the price. Yeah, so I'm sure then there's no media mail to Australia.
I'm gonna do another video.
Let me see here. Woohoo! Katie said 101 now, lover.
601.
Oh, 601. What did I say?
101.
My goodness, guys. Sorry, it is late. And then he's distracting me because he has a little bird in his hand.
No, you weren't supposed to say that. There's gonna be a little trivia question.
Oh, well, I didn't say what it was.
Okay.
I just said a bird.
All right. So we're gonna do a 600 subscriber giveaway, and that's gonna be this magazine. It's still in the wrapper, brand new. This is the whole seed catalog. How many? 500 pages of seeds. This is the world's largest seed catalog. And this is for Baker Creek Seed Company, which is an heirloom seed company, which means they only sell non-GMO organic seeds. It is a $12.95 value. Awesome book. Here, open that up. We can open it and show them some of the inside. It's really cool just to look at the pictures.
It is.
It's almost inspiring just to look at the pictures. It's like a high gloss, very high quality. Yeah, just grab some random. Great photography. So we're gonna give this away. How are we gonna give that away, Vanna?
Vanna?
Yeah. Vanna White?
I don't know.
Vanna Darling?
Maybe you can ask your question before.
Okay. We'll make that the trivia. I was going to give away some other magazines with this trivia. All right. If you want to be entered in the trivia and you are in the contiguous 48 states, this is your trivia question. So first one to write the answer. What is this little creature that I'm holding in my hand right here? He's being awfully still.
He is.
Look at he's falling asleep in my hand.
You must be warm.
You're right. It was kind of cold over there. What is this little guy? First one. No, it's not a quail. Good guess. There's another clue. He makes that noise. Oh, William Conrad! You cheater! It's a guinea, yeah. Good job, Mr. Conrad.
What is a guinea hen? Guinea hen.
What is a guinea hen?
Chicken.
So let me ask. William Conrad is my dad.
And hello, by the way.
Yeah,
He came in.
You jumped on here.
Don't put him there.
You snuck on here.
I'll pass on the magazine, he said.
You can't see the little guy. Oh, get back over here.
Creating havoc.
He said he's going to pass on the magazine. All right. So the next person was Billy. A different Billy from the Wickershire Project.
Mm-hmm.
And Billy, in order for you to get this whole seed catalog, you have to send us your address. So our email, actually, I'll just put the email.
Hold your bird.
Hold my little birdie. I'm going to put my email address right here in the chat. So you can send me your shipping address, and then I'll ship it out to you.
Can I go from back?
Congratulations, Billy, with the Wickershire Project.
Yeah, congratulations to both Billys. Billy, my father-in-law, for guessing it, and then the other Billy for the magazine.
He said he's going to come pick it up. I dare you to come pick it up, Billy. I dare you.
Yeah. I'm going to go put him back.
All right. But yeah, you're welcome to come over if that's what you want to do. We are in, right? I think we've said it enough times. But we welcome you over. Yeah, that was fun. So we picked up, how many guineas did we pick up? 8 guineas.
Which I'm excited about because of the ticks.
Yeah, the guineas are the tick T-Rexes. Eric said it's a T-Rex.
That would be so cool if he had like a little T-Rex like roaming around.
He is kind of like a little T-Rex.
No, but like I'm talking like a reptile. That'd be so cool. And then
Woohoo!
Katie said, I have a guinea hen, not look like that as I recall, but that was a couple years ago. Actually, we got several different colors.
Mm-hmm. There's some that are called pied, which is like a white marbled. They're like white with gray. And then there's one that the guy says was blue. I'll bring them over. You guys will enjoy checking them out. Let me bring them over real quick.
The kids got to pick out colors. So Katie, that might be why it didn't look that way. Because even I was like, "Are these the same birds in here?" And they're like, "Yep, they're all the same ones." And then Wade said, "Yes, 601 subscribers." I said it correctly this time. Yes, I'm so excited, guys! Yay! And then it says, "Haha, no, I'll be there tomorrow if that's okay. Bring a Shire present." That was Wickershire saying he's gonna join us.
Okay, so check this out. These ones, there's some different varieties here.
You can't see. You can't see. There you go.
Oh, this guy got like scratched up.
Oh.
I'm just noticing like some scratching.
You see your belly, my love.
My belly.
Like.
Okay, so look at this is wow. Let me get on target here. So he said this one will come out blue.
You can't even see it that well.
You can't see the lighting real good. What do we got to do to fix that?
I'm not sure.
So you can't see it, but it's kind of like a gray color. I don't know if he's getting enough heat. The heat lamp was off in the brooder. But then here's this one, and these guys are supposed to be white. He's real light colored.
That's more like mine, Katie said. Yeah, so there's different color ones. Like some don't have like the obvious stripe like the one that we first brought. This one has a lighter stripe, and then that one has almost like no stripe.
I'm just going to have to hold them to warm them up. They're going to be my little babies.
Push up this door. It's actually time's up over.
So what color are yours, Katie? Are they the standard gray color? I think like gray with a white head, I think is common.
Oh, she said right there. She has a very light blue-gray now.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited about them. Like I have been looking forward to guinea hens for a long time because of the bugs. The ducks do it too, but I've heard that they're definitely a lot more aggressive with the bugs, and so ticks and spiders, and I don't know if they eat centipedes. Do they eat centipedes? I hope they do, because we have some of those too. They're ugly looking.
Yeah, they're supposed to eat a whole bunch of bugs. So,
Josh the homesteader says, and I'm back now.
Hey, welcome back. Hey, Josh, check out my little guineas. Oh, that's a cool picture.
Yeah.
That one looks tired. Look at, he's got one eye that's facing us closed, but then his other eye facing the camera is open. How's he doing that?
Ticks are real bad this year. I agree, Anna. I hate ticks with a passion. Like, I think that's one of my biggest complaint about Kentucky is the ticks. I can deal with the rain. I can deal with the snow. I can deal with the wind. Ticks, oh my goodness. Oh, Josh said, how cute. Too noisy for my wife. I wonder if they are noisy. Almost like the ducks. Ducks make so much
Well, we can
noise.
hear the neighbors' guineas. They go, yeah, we've heard a lot of negatives about them. So we've heard a lot of benefits, pros. So we'll see. We'll try them out. And we can always sell them or make them disappear if we have to. I mean, it's not like they're here and we don't have any choice on the matter. So,
well, I'll put up with noise.
If they get to be too much of a nuisance and they're not worth the service that they're providing, then they'll go live somewhere else.
Well, if they take care of ticks, I'm very generous. Like ducks can poop on the carport, and I'm like, that's fine. You can poop on the carport if you're eating the bugs. So I'm like, you can make noise so long as you're eating the ticks.
If you put it like that, I ate a bug the other day.
No. She does the job, just does her brother, our accidental rooster, we call him. Stud Muffin, we like him. We'll likely get more. Oh, as does her brother. So she does a good job. Took me a minute.
She's the one that has some guineas.
Yeah, I you know what, roosters, I think sometimes get a bad rap. Our roosters are so sweet. Not to each other, though.
Josh is making the point that they won't eat much plants. They won't eat the garden plants, but they'll eat the bugs. That's good to know.
The nerdy dads. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, come on over. Come on over, Billy.
Oh, Anna says they are major noisy. But guard birds, though, they are good eating if it comes down to that.
That's what I was saying. It's not like we're stuck with them. So, we have a couple of people around us that have guineas, so it's not like we don't know. So we have a guy that's about 2 miles down the road where we got our rabbits from. And when we pull up to the driveway there, you can hear them going off. They're like, and they make their little alarm. So whenever there's something that they're not familiar with, they start making a bunch of racket, which can actually be a good thing.
Better guard dog than our dog.
Yeah.
Our guard dog is more like a scaredy dog. So, lover, we are over the hour.
My wife wants to go. But we're going to be wrapping this one up. We do appreciate you guys joining us. And it turned out to be a momentous live stream.
Yeah.
We went up over 600 subscribers. So we're grateful to you guys. You guys, our subscribers, are the ones that make it worth it. And you are our biggest motivating factor. This is why we're doing it. To build community, to share knowledge, to communicate with you guys, to learn from you guys, to teach you guys, share information, all that good stuff, to meet Billy. And we will see you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for joining us.